Hey everybody, 007 theme song. This is a stories about my brother and I smoking. The first story that comes to mind is my parents got in the habit of going to the ice capades when we lived in Sunnyvale, below San Francisco. Every year, got to go to the ice capades. I just never, really hooked onto that. Me being so unsociable, any time I had to go anywhere, I was against it. The one thing that I remember about the ice capades was similar to the, in New York, they would do this deal at the end where the female dancers would start going in a circle. And more would come out and join on the ends of this circle that kept turning. And so it kept getting harder and harder to get to the end position because there were so many of them and it was out so far that it really took a long time for the last one to catch on, and it was always a big applause deal when that poor little trooper caught on to the the final there. That was always fun. But this is a story of smoking cigarettes. And this is about the time, I was always a rebel, and I think I got my brother into all kinds of trouble because I just never could stay out of trouble. I'm just not that kind of person. That's why I like being a hermit. I can keep my trouble to myself, if you will. Well, there was a lot of time when we hadn't reached this little safety setup here that I have now. And one of them was when we lived in Sunnyvale. And we were going to the ice capades. Now, just a pre-story that's so funny. When we lived in Sunnyvale, there moved in across the street this odd family, Russian, I think. They weren't right in the head, I'll tell you that. Anyway, so we must have discussed it with the kids that we were going to the ice capades that night. Because when it's just about time to leave, here comes, they had a son and a daughter, both about our age, but a little younger. So we're getting ready to go, and comes a knock on the front door, and we open the door, and there's the son and the daughter all dressed up for the show. And they say, "We're ready to go." And we said, "What do you mean?" "To the ice capades, we're ready to go." They had somehow invited themselves to the ice capades with us. And there was no discussion of who's paying for your ticket or anything. Now, I must say in their defense, it's possible that me being such a dumbass, and my brother, well, he's in the crowd there, we could have said we're going to the ice cafe. Sure, come on! But I don't recall any such conversation. They were odd people, these neighbors of ours. And that's coming from a perspective of us, so, they had to be pretty noticeably odd. So needless to say, we sent them packing. They did not go to the ice capades. So what are we going to do? We had automobile room for us, and that was it. I think my two sisters were in the scene at this time, so there was a whole bunch of us. No room for freeloader neighbors, But wow, man. Now, as to why I chose this 007 theme song, well, I couldn't find Tiny Dancer that I was going to use. I got it somewhere, but I can't find it in the millions and millions of songs. So this will work out fun. So, to cut to the quick of it, we're at the ice capades at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. That's where it was. And you can do all kinds of things with the Cow Palace. I mean, I guess you can have cows, but you can always also have all kinds of stage setups. They just made themselves able to just set it up for whatever was at hand. And this evening, what was at hand was the Ice Capades. So we're somewhere there in the audience, so, you know, rafters and second floors and just all kinds. Of course, always packed. That's why they kept showing up every year. They sold out. Well, Rick and I, not really being smokers, but being, you know, exposed to the advertisements the way that everybody else was. Well, we knew it was cool to smoke cigarettes, even if we didn't. So what we did was we evidently had some money, and we said, okay, we're going to the bathroom. And just outside of the lobby, right where it's going to go into the entrance to the Ice Capades, there's a cigarette machine. It's the old kind of cigarette machine. I don't know. Do they still have them? I don't know. But you put your money in and you pull the metal rod and down drops a pack of cigarettes. And a pack of matches in this case, because they realized, well, they might need matches. And we did. Now, I forget exactly what brand it was, but it was the one with the recessed filter. And we thought that was so cool. You know, big deal. So the filter doesn't come all the way anyway. So we immediately lit up standing right there. I mean, you know, you can't smoke down there with the parents. And there was no enjoyment out of it except for the being trained by the advertisers. That's what we were smoking. We were smoking the hypnotized, this is what you want to do. And so that's what we did. And if we smelled like cigarettes when we got back to the folks, they didn't mention it. And, you know, it was a huge auditorium, so there was room for air to come in. So that's our one adventure with cigarettes. And there's another one that comes to mind. We're at our aunt and uncle's house in Walnut Creek. And they would always have fun. Sometimes we'd join in. Sitting around the table playing cards, poker, and just having a lovely visit around and enjoying card games. It was wonderful. Great fun. And like I say, us being kids, well, we didn't last the whole time. We'd go in, we'd go out. We'd go out to the garage and spin the bottle with the lady cousins. Why they played with us, I don't know, but we had fun. And every once in a while, you'd spin the bottle, and those two people would go away for a while. You had two types of reaction. One was, okay, here, and you had another reaction where they got up and went somewhere else for a while. Oh, they liked each other. Oh. So anyway, they finally came back, and we would carry on. But it's during this visit, in between the spin the bottle and the card game, that we noticed in the back hallway, kind of going to the bathroom or the bedroom or whatever, there was a hallway, and right behind us, except for the wall, they were playing poker. Well, here's a great big carton of cigarettes. I think they were cool. They were cool. You know, Cools, menthol. And us, we were at the age where we couldn't foresee consequences very well. Because I believe we took about 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes. Not just one. There's a whole carton there. They're not going to miss these. And so we took however many we took, whatever it was. And so we went for a little walk with the female cousins. And there happened to be an orchard still, a walnut orchard, Walnut Creek. There still happened to be a walnut orchard just around the back of the house. So we went back around there and climbed a tree. I was always climbing trees. And smoking those cigarettes. And, kind of making ourselves sick, but hey, we had to do it. The advertisers told us we had to do it, and gosh darn it, we did it. Well, what was really kind of neat about it was when we went back to the house with the aunt and uncle and everything, turns out these were the aunt's cigarettes because she saw that we took them. You know, she went in to get another packet. You know, it's the kind of thing you notice. Not like we assumed that no one would notice. We were stupid. But you know what she did? She didn't tell on us. But she made us nervous. She said, well, that's a nice smoking jacket you got on. And she would make various references like that without actually telling on us. No, she never did tell on us. I don't know if we put packs back or what. I doubt that, but we were nervous because she was, you know, look, that's a nice smoking jacket you got on there. Just to let us know that she knew the jig was up. And we weren't so clever after all. So those are my stories of smoking. Treat each other well. We'll see you later, okay? Don't smoke. Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.